Hey everyone, and welcome. It is so great to have you here with us. If you're focused on building a digital business right now, chances are you already know that content creation it's easily one of the biggest bottlenecks we entrepreneurs face. So when these business-in-a-box offers pop up promising you the absolute world, they are incredibly tempting. Today, we've got a really fascinating explainer for you. We are going to completely tear down a massive private label rights, or PLR, package called the Calm in the Chaos method. It promises to be a complete, ready-to-sell stress management coaching curriculum. I mean, it sounds like the ultimate shortcut, right? But today, we're going to look right past all that flashy marketing and see what's actually under the hood.
Which brings us to the big $1,000,000 question, or rather the $27 question. Is a $27 business in a box actually worth it? The sales pages for these PLR bundles are notoriously flashy, right? They're filled with massive value stacks, huge promises, the whole shebang. Our objective today is super simple. We're going to take a purely analytical, completely objective look at the actual files, the true costs, and those sneaky legal boundaries, and figure out if this is a genuine shortcut for your business or just more digital clutter.
All right, here is our roadmap. We'll unpack the bundle, look inside the 13 modules, map out the true cost funnel, read the fine print, and finally, deliver our verdict. Let's jump in. Part 1, Unpacking the PLR Bundle, Hype versus Reality. Okay, so the marketing for the Calm in the Chaos method frames it as a 50-lesson, completely done-for-you coaching curriculum that is entirely focused on emotional regulation and stress management. The fundamental pitch here is honestly incredibly tempting. You buy this, rebrand it, slap your name on it, and sell it as your own original course or coaching program. But let's ground ourselves in reality for a second here. The vendor claims this package has a real-world value of nearly $6,000. Your front-end price, just $27. Now, in the PLR industry, stated value is often about as real as Monopoly money. It's a persuasive framing device, so you really need to evaluate the product based on whether the actual files are worth your $27, not that wildly inflated anchor price.
Moving on to part 2, inside the 13 modules. What are you actually buying?
The number 50 is the absolute anchor of this entire product. You aren't just getting a flimsy single ebook here. The course structure is 50 distinct, research-backed lessons on emotional regulation. And those 50 lessons, they're delivered in multiple formats, which genuinely offer some real depth. You're getting roughly 30,000 words of structured text in editable formats, right alongside 50 matching, professionally produced HD video lessons that span about 2 hours of training. That's a pretty solid foundation. But it doesn't stop at just text and video. You get the raw materials to actually build a course. We're talking 50 MP3 audio lessons and PowerPoint decks, plus the actual marketing engine you need to sell the thing. That includes a bank of over 200 FAQs, fully pre-built HTML sales and delivery pages, and even a complete affiliate center loaded with banner graphics and email swipes. Now, looking closely at the specific lesson titles, it reveals a genuine instructional progression. It moves logically from foundational concepts like identifying personal stress signals early, straight into real-world applications like using breath to regain control. This suggests a much higher level of actual curriculum design than those loosely related blog posts you so often find stapled together in cheap PLR packages. Which brings us to part 3, the true cost funnel beyond the $27. So right after you enter your credit card for that initial $27, the real journey begins. You are dropped immediately into a funnel of one-time offers or OTOs. First, boom, there's a $10 done-for-you marketing pack. Then a massive jump up to a $77 Pro Edition. That's followed closely by another $15 Pro marketing pack, a $27 bump offer, and finally, a $15 FAQ book. So why does this matter? Well, because if you want the complete ecosystem, that $27 impulse buy realistically balloons to somewhere between $144 to $170. You absolutely need to be prepared for that upsell sequence before you ever click buy, just so you can accurately evaluate your true budget. Let's look at part 4, understanding the fine print, licenses and refunds. This lays out the private label rights really clearly. Here's what you absolutely can do. You can edit, rebrand, and sell the finished PDF and MP4 versions. You can bundle them up, use them as bonuses, or lock them inside a membership site. But here is the hard line on what you cannot do. You cannot sell or give away the editable source files, like the original Word docs or the raw HTML. And critically, you cannot offer master resale rights to your own customers. Basically, you can build a business on the content, but you cannot become a PLR reseller yourself using this license.
And then, well, there's the refund policy. Taken directly from the sales page, it says, all sales are considered final. There's no refund to this PLR package. Now, this is pretty standard practice across the PLR industry, mostly to prevent people from just downloading all that rebrandable content and then asking for their money back. But for you, it means there is absolutely zero safety net. You cannot try it out and then back out.
Which makes this next point incredibly important to keep in mind. This product has a highly specific launch window of July 13th to 16th, 2026. So as of our analysis today, there is literally no independent buyer feedback out there. Quality verification relies entirely on the vendor's public pre-launch materials. Basically, you are buying based purely on the promise of the structure. All right, part 5, the final verdict, pragmatic strategy. To evaluate this fairly, we really need to look at the topic itself. Stress management is a true evergreen niche. Unlike, say, a course on a highly specific social media algorithm that's going to be completely obsolete in 6 months, emotional regulation addresses a constant human problem. The psychological concepts of grounding and breathing, they don't expire. And that makes this content far more durable and much easier to rebrand convincingly over the long haul. So if you do buy this, what should you actually do with it? The versatility here is the real key. You could take 10 of the lessons and sell them as a quick paid mini course. You could use the included pre-sale report as a lead magnet to build your list. You could drip feed these 50 videos over 50 weeks inside a paid coaching membership site. Or honestly, you could simply use the entire package as a high-value bonus stack to help sell your existing core offer. Ultimately, it all comes down to matching your specific business model. This package is absolutely ideal for wellness coaches, consultants, or course creators who need a structured curriculum fast and are totally willing to spend a little time editing it to match their unique voice. However, if you are a beginner looking for a refundable test run or a reseller whose entire business model relies on selling master resale rights to others, you should absolutely skip this one. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question to ask yourself before you ever click buy on a package like this. Does this bundle actually save you months of creation time because you are truly committed to launching it? Or is it just going to sit on your hard drive gathering dust and adding to your digital clutter? Remember, the value isn't in having 50 lessons. It's entirely in your willingness to execute on them. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and until next time,